Go. Today, we are trying to complete this game. You can see I'm at full health and missiles again. That's because I went all the way back to the ship over the last couple of days. I did not sit here and grind out motos and whatever the side hopping thing is, because I'm not completely nuts. I figured it would actually take less time to go to the ship than it would to fight those forever, even with the screw attack. Boy, that space jump timing is something else, let me tell ya. You can tell that it's something else because I didn't get it right before. Oh, what a bad joke. Oh, boy. And I think this is where our last Omega Man is. Here we go. Alright. Let's bring the fight to this. Oh, we're behind him. Turn around, please. Oh, I think chest shots actually are doing damage. Which makes my life a lot easier. Well, okay, a lot might be a bit of a stretch, but, you know, it makes it easier, that's for sure. D-pad, please. Yeah, the D-pad on the GameCube controller just really sucks. But yeah, it's like the bottom half or so of the Omega Metroid's body has no hitbox. Don't shoot it in the legs, it won't do anything. I mean, it just floats around anyway. It's a Metroid. The legs are clearly going to be vestigial no matter what. And that was shockingly non-painful of a fight. We spent... What, we spent 63 missiles on that? And we aimed like crap? Those things are not as durable as I thought they were, or maybe it's variable. And we have enough energy to fuck up and bounce on the spikes a little bit. Ain't that great. The correct answer to that is, why should I be in a position where I have to say that that's good, right? Oh, I wish I was better at the space jump. Doesn't everybody, though? Well, if they knew what it was, they would. There's some people in this world who are not familiar with the meaty rod. Which might not be the way I want to phrase it in this case, because, you know, we've had that conversation before about some of the unfortunate things that some of the people who created Metroid have said. I think about things way too much, apparently. Whatever. These bouncing things kind of suck. They only give us 5 energy, and they hurt a lot more than that if we get hit by them. As I'm sure you've noticed, the screw attack sometimes gives out. So we're going to hit that save point. I believe there's one more save point before endgame. But we're going to hit that one anyway, just to be sure. So here we go. Here's our chapter end. We are going to travel through a bit of a lengthy bit here. And excuse. Alright, so this area is where we get some water. We can see, once again, that stuff is actually messing with our momentum and stuff once again. Very weird how flighty this game has been about that, though. I don't know what the deal is, but okay. And there's a couple of spots which we will get to see in a couple of these pools where you can be dropped through the ceiling, dropped through the floor. I guess technically you are dropped through a ceiling. if you walk into it. It's a little hard to see, but you might be able to catch a glimpse of it here. Yeah, like that. So I'll just demo that one time, and we will go right back to having our way up. It's not like I need to rush. We're not getting the best ending. It's based on time. I've spent at least 8 hours in this game by this point. Probably more. I think, like, the threshold to avoid getting the worst ending is 10 hours, so we might not get the worst ending, but, I mean, again, also, there's the fact that it's Metroid, so calling these endings bad, you know. You don't get more or less plot for any of them. It's basically just, oh, how much of Samus's armor do you get to see not be there? Wow, whoop-de-doo. Amazing. I can probably find a bunch of ROM hacks that'll give me far better than that. Oh, god damn it. Well, we sure did sink like all the way to the beginning here, didn't we? Enjoy that sound, because I don't. There's a bunch of messages over on Discord. Give me a second to take a look at those. Oh no, those are just various people saying, hey, I'm going live or whatever. Which, yeah, that's the thing that happens. I thought it was something more than that, but it is not. That's okay. Anything higher than here? No, just a little water. At the very least, the hidden pits are only in the water, so if you're knowledgeable enough to go, hey, let me just space jump over the water, you won't fall into any of them. If you're knowledgeable enough and you can manage to keep up the space jump, that is, because as we've all witnessed before, it's a bit of a messy proposition. And let's save, and this way end game goes. I could probably just spider ball over this and it would be easier, but we're committed now, dang it. Not anymore, we're not. We're spider balling. Is it not here that we want to go? Up through a tube, and get a look at this. Missile and health refills. In this area, right at the end game, why was there none back there? I don't get it. Like, was that supposed to be their way of balancing things out because that area was so straightforward, whereas, you know, other places it's less so? I don't know. Either way, we're going to spider ball up this wall again, and we're going to see if there's a way that we can go other than straight into that pipe, or if we got to land on these things or something. Because clearly I'm supposed to go somewhere, but now I don't know where it is. Go up. Are you not going to let me spider ball properly in the water? Well, okay, game, that's a little bit rude. Actually, is it just straight up from the supply room? It might be. Or otherwise off camera, I guess, from where we got our refuels. Yeah, because we didn't really, like, go anywhere else in here, and yeah, there's some pits in the ceiling, so I would not be surprised if there was a way to sneak in here. Little gaps. Is that not it? So that's weird. I'm actually gonna go look this up real quick. Because now I'm at a point where I'm like, well, I don't wanna fart around too much here. That's a guide for Metroid 1. There's a guide for Metroid 2. Oh, wait a second. Are there more, are there multiple output pipes and I'm just confused? That's actually what appears to be the case. Ah, right. I remember now. Now that I see this, this good old ancient-looking ASCII map that I'm looking at here. That's right, because we need to go get the ice beam for reasons that, well, you'll see why when we get there. We're gonna take the long path because, yeah, it's actually a little bit easier in a way, I guess. It sounds real silly to say, but hey, it's true. So, across the way. God damn it, I wanted to enter ball mode. Alright, go back in here. Spider ball. You French fry when you should have spider balled, you're gonna have a bad time. Alright, so here we are in this room. And getting a bit of control funk here. Up we go. Ooh, wow, look at that smashed Chozo statue head graphic. That's something. Also, for some reason, an extra arm here. Pop this open and we get back the ice beam. Trust me, it's for the better, even though the ice beam sucks. This ain't the Metroid Prime Ice Beam, that's for fucking sure. That thing rules. Ooh. Well, that music is not necessarily the healthiest sounding thing in the world. I think we gotta go this way to start with. And yeah, we get some funky looking blocks here. This feels like we're in the depths of machines. This feels like we're getting a little bit Turian, which should probably make you think a certain something here. Check out that egg. I think our Metroid counter is about to change a little bit here, folks. Call it a hunch, but... Uh-oh. Yep, there are another 8 Metroids for us to take out. And if you've only played this game before, they are unlike anything you've ever seen. Except for, like, maybe a little bit at the beginning. And they are indeed our classic friends from Metroid Classic on the NES. However, they are a fair bit less durable. They only take 5 missiles to kill. I think the ones in the NES took only 5 missiles to kill, but of course you have to freeze them first. And once they bite you, there is no escaping them unless you eliminate them. Or get out of the room, rather. You gotta get out the room, and sometimes doing that is not an easy thing. Alright, come on, you... There we go. If you want to go for a quick kill, you want to get in close, because it feels like you can really fire your missiles a lot faster when you're in close on these fellas. Alright. Also, yes, they will not damage you while you're screw attacking, so you've got that on your side. Also, don't let your missiles go off screen, because otherwise they fail to exist. Only 4 more baby Metroids to get now. And I'm going to end up wasting a couple of missiles in the process here, but don't worry about that. We've got... You know, fuck me. And of course, we gotta take the long route for this one, because we're like in the middle of the room, so either route is the long route. Damn it! I thought I got there in time. Ugh. Let me tell you, this music is not doing a lot for me right now. I've got a little bit of a headache, so these sharp noises are kind of giving me the business. But I really wanted to finish this game because I would like to move on to Super Metroid, and I don't want to have to switch games in the middle of a weekday stream for that. Not when I'm doing a series of a singular game. Fuck you, dude. Seriously? Oh. Right, come here, asshole. Only one left. There we go. That is the last of those baby Metroids killed. We get one final earthquake. And we get a fairly intense musical track. And we move through a room with these pencil spikes, and here we go. This is it. It's time to fight the Queen Metroid. There's a couple of different ways we can do this. One of them is to shoot her in the craw. Or one is that when she has her neck extended out like that, if you land a shot in her mouth, you can roll in and lay bombs in her stomach. Which, that sounds like a pretty nasty way to go. But it looks like landing all of these missiles is going to be our way of doing things here. Also, yeah, you can see, by the way, that the colors are absolutely having a bad day with this, because I guess it's like getting red on the wall where her neck is. Yeah, if you hit her in the mouth while her mouth is open, she gets stunned. Oh man, these I keep losing my screw attack is the problem. So, yeah, that hurts. Can I, like, go back to the save station from there? I guess is my question. I don't think this guide is gonna help me. Alright, so we now have to go and redo this part of proceedings once again. Because of a lack of save stations. No, my spazer. Okay, so it looks like the that duct at the bottom of the Metroid Queen's room, which, you know, good on them for leaving that in there. If you go that way, you will be dropped out of the ice beam room, and you'll be able to save like that. Alright. Let's do this again, and hopefully suck at it less. Well, this hair could get out of my face, that'd be real cool. Damn it, you're in the worst position possible. Oh my god. Well, call that a waste of 5 missile. And get off me, you stupid little bastard. Oh my god. Ooh. These things are hard. Oh, is it giving you an ad? Ah, fucking Twitch. My ad blocker has not been working on Twitch for a very long time, so I'm not entirely surprised that it's doing that. I really don't like any website that's like, hey, we have things that can circumvent ad blockers. And it's just like, well, listen, you know that a lot of people use those for safety reasons because of how many ads can, like, do all kind of, you know... Have you just never used the internet at all if you're that way? I understand that these companies want to make money, but... Oh, I just wasted a ton of missiles. Well... Come on! Stop this! I hate these things so much. Oh wow, the number of missiles you need resets every time you freeze them. That's real good. Whoever designed these really did not like people, I guess. Ugh. Well, at this rate, I mean, I'm going to leave the Queen Metroid and get a refill anyway, but at this rate, we're not even going to have enough... I realize we're at 161 missiles. At this rate, we won't even have enough missiles to get the safe kill on her. Fucking stop latching onto me. Because we've definitely seen that, like, apparently she doesn't... Why can I not do this? Yeah, the Queen Metroid is the final boss. Yeah, see, we're... Alright, so let's go this way. Alright, there we go. Oh, that's just regular Metroids. The Omega Metroids, we're done with those. That's just Metroid Classic from, well, every other Metroid game. I think the idea of, like, variant Metroids only really comes up in... Oh, yeah, shut up, you. You got a long neck, but I'm not impressed. Let's grab another Ice Beam. Why? Because it came back! Yeah, they are pretty big, aren't they? I guess it's probably just because of sprite scaling and... you know, that. Anyway, the idea of, like, the alpha, etc. variant Metroids only ever shows up again in Metroid Fusion, to my knowledge. I have no idea what this thing is, but it has weird mouth parts, is the only important part. And also... They sink when you drop on them. But more importantly, get our refill on. And we're actually going to go all the way back to the save port. The last save station in the game. So that way, when we inevitably die, we really don't have to do the baby hunt quest again. Get up there. Yeah, it's not quick. That's for sure. They made this room very large for reasons of, I guess, making the room very large. So, yeah. I have no idea what exactly the deal is with why the variant Metroids never really showed up. I mean, there are variant Metroids of various kinds throughout the rest of the games. Like, there's the Fission Metroids and the Hunter Metroids and stuff in Prime, and everything in the other games that I can't remember offhand. But for some reason, these just do not show up again. I think the idea is supposed to be like they change form due to the specific conditions of the planet SR388. Which I guess would kind of make sense, because we do visit an area in Fusion that is designed to imitate the conditions of this planet, and there's a Metroid breeding program going on in the space station in Metroid Fusion, which, oh, spoiler alert, that we're not going to exterminate the Metroids in that case. Because otherwise it would be a little difficult to do that. And so I guess at the end of Metroid Fusion, because the planet doesn't blow up at the end of this game, the first game where a planet blows up at the end is Super Metroid. I know, I'm out here giving away like the entire plot of the series now. It's Metroid. I'm not sure that too many people are going to be that pressed about it, really. You know, it's not the plot-heaviest series out there. I mean, Metroid is probably the plottiest series that Nintendo has as like a mainline series, other than maybe Zelda. Also, wow, I landed in like all of those spikes. This is a game that I would be hard-pressed to recommend, even though I consider it to be pretty good, because there are some areas that are just total bull. Ow! And you can see those bouncy shots are a little bit rough to deal with sometimes, to say the least. Would you like to, please? Also, it is really hard to turn around, by the way, is another problem. This is gonna take a couple of tries to really get down how to do this. Like, even if all of our missiles landed, we've only done, like... Oh, I can't pause during this?! I can't even pause to explain things? You know what, give me a minute here. A minute here, taking like 30 seconds, actually. Yeah, that is the Queen Metroid that we just got nosed on several times there. Not easy, as you can tell, because those shots of red grossness are very, a little hard to deal with. The main way of dealing with them is a screw attack. But you can see that getting that on a dime is just not going very well for me. In fact, it feels really hard to just somersault fast in this game in general. Which, yeah, that can be a bit of an issue, and we've seen it drop a few times too, making things worse. Why is she stuck in a wall? She's not quite stuck in the wall. She's just hanging out on that platform for some reason. Like, we didn't get a whole look all the way over in that direction, but there's space over there. I guess assuming we ever manage to kill this thing, we'll be able to get a better look at that. But again, that's a big part of why I went back to save after we did the Metroid mission, and I found out that you could do that properly. I'm pressing right on the stick there, not down. Oh boy. I will say this, that controlling things with the Game Boy player does not always seem to be the most on-the-ball thing. I would rather be doing this on an actual Game Boy, because the D-pad on the GameCube sucks. And that's usually not much of a problem, because the D-pad is used for fairly limited things on the GameCube. It's usually, you know, most control is done in the stick. But because it's tiny and, like, it is smaller than the ones on the actual handhelds, as far as I can tell. And that makes it not a great user experience, especially when you got the rest of your controller like this. It doesn't fit your grip very well, at least it doesn't for me. So instead, I'm controlling everything using the left stick instead of the D-pad, because using the D-pad is just kind of a bit of a pipe dream. So yeah, you can see, like, she's got a pretty significant torso there, but she can run up to the end of this ledge and she can give us a little bit of the business. Hey! And those sickness projectiles move... Oh geez, dry throat. Move pretty fast. Alright, come on. Extend all the way down. Damn it! Yeah, so I was trying to ball up there, because the other strategy, I don't know if I explained this, is that you can enter Morph Ball, you can roll into her mouth, and she will swallow your Morph Ball form, and you can lay a bomb in her stomach. Oh, are you gonna throw me out of your mouth if I bomb you in the mouth? Okay, fine. And also, apparently that just rips your health in half. Smaller than the Switch? Yes, the GameCube is the smallest as far as I can tell. Oh my god, please stop with the fucking vomit, you piece of shit! And again, this is another place where the fact that this game has, like, one invincibility frame per hit, or less, is really, 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 really dog shit! Ugh! Why was it so hard to just program invincibility frames, apparently? I'm okay now, although my throat hurts a little bit from just general dryness. I probably should get myself a big old glass of water, but I may be waiting for that. Get up there, come on. I'm not going left and right that much. I mean, I am now, but... Yeah, exactly. It's... like, if we were in an open area, it would make a little bit of sense. But in a case like that, you just get comboed so easily. It's unnecessary. It also means you never really know how much anything is gonna hurt you. let's see if we can't space jump through this spike area properly this time. I've done it before. I can do it again. Probably. Here comes the fun part. We gotta do a shallow jump here. There we go. No, don't gain too much height. Alright, missiles on. And like that, you saw I had some momentum. You can see that I'm moving around left and right. Why am I not space jumping then? Or space screw attack. Well, I guess space jump is technically true too, but that's not the part that does damage. That hasn't been a problem for me up until this point. And then like that, I just get juggled by an attack that I don't know if I can, you know, plan for it, and I'm taking like 50 damage from each of these things. Get out of my fucking... Good. I'm glad. Why is that happening now? Get out of the water. Well, it has to be something like that. I don't know what the problem is. Do I have to... If I have to unscrew the controller, which involves me getting the proper set of screwdrivers for, like, whatever these wing screws I think that are in this thing. And then I gotta go find some stronger isopropyl alcohol if that's the case, because what I have around the house is like 75% or something. And that's just too much water. Now, if I have to get in here and, like, do that level of stuff, that's... Make sure this thing is working properly. That doesn't make me feel particularly good. I know it's a 20-ish year old controller, because it's a GameCube controller, but still... Then again, at least it lasts longer than Joy-Cons, am I right? Da-da-da-da-da. Nintendo doesn't care anymore. Get up there. There we go. That's better. Really? You're not going to give me enough momentum to land on the pillar? And then you're going to give me too much momentum as I... whatever. That last part was probably my fault, but the first one was not, so... Video game. One thing I do like is that, well, I don't like these spike jumps. They're pretty gross. I'm okay with the fact they only do 4 damage to you, though. That's pretty generous, for, especially in a game like this where generosity does not seem to be the name of anybody's MO. Alright, so I guess at this point, really all I'm going to have to do is just be like, hey, don't do anything after that sec. Let me land! What the fuck? Basically, at that point, once the second neck is retracting a little bit... Alright, so... Well, that was just weird, because I hit A there. Also, there seems to be a lot of inconsistency about when she will get stunned when I hit her with a missile while her mouth is open, which is supposed to be the stun timing. Alright, come on. Okay, thanks for not rolling me in the direction. That's real good. Also, nice cheap shot. This is giving me some emotions, that's for sure. However, she's reacting a lot faster, which makes me think that at least I'm getting some progress in. Turn around, you stupid idiot! Where is my facing? What the... The worst part is I was shooting to the left! And then I just land and I'm facing to the right? What? How? I'm literally shooting out of my fucking shoulders in some of those. I know I should expect some jank from the Game Boy, but good fucking God! This is absolutely some of the most ludicrous shit that I've ever seen. Makes Fallout 76 look like it works! I mean, I've heard they've done enhancements to Fallout 76 and made it better. I don't care. The only thing you can do to improve Fallout 76 is never release it. Oh, it does? Well, it only took them, what, actual years to get the game functioning after it came out? In fact, I'm pretty sure that, like, there was one pack that people were like, oh, this is really good. And literally, the game had been out for over a year at that point, I'm pretty sure. And that's kind of amazing to me. Like, I know that pretty much the same thing is probably true of Final Fantasy XIV, that it took that long, and I'm not about to not roast Square Enix for that either. And, you know, for doing that, come on. Just come on. You can do better. You're this big of a company. But really, what a complete mess of a story that was. I need like an input display for my consoles or something, if that's a thing that's... Yeah, before Realm Reborn 1.0, when FF14 first came out, it was not good, to say the least. And then they took it down for a while, and they eventually massively improved it with what A Realm Reborn ended up being. And everything since then has mostly been improvements, even more, except for certain aspects of Stormblood, but, you know, I don't want to get too deep into that part of things here. Turn around, please! Why can't I turn around in the air? I think that's what it is that after I take damage, I can't turn around. Like, things still function properly, sometimes, as if I had turned around, but I can't really turn around. There we go. Alright. Chow down, fucker. There we go. I've been at this boss, like, what is this, my 5th try? So, you know, maybe my being a salty Sam here will hopefully be a little understandable to some folks. I sure hope... Well, that was interesting. I was just stuck in midair. Also, nice Nice little blitz strike there. That hurt. Move into the stomach, please. Actually, I might have been hitting down, not left. I was feeling like that was the key. Oh, she's dead. We did it. Whoo, buddy. Whoo, Buster. That was rough. That hurt. We get our energy back, though, which is weird. I was fully expecting that to be another failure, because, you know, you don't really have a good damage indicator, except, oh, when she's hurt, she goes faster. Oh, hey, look, the Metroid egg is flashing. Oh, look, baby Metroid. Doesn't want to kill us. It eats these little diamond things. We can't even hit it. It thinks we're its mommy. Oh boy. Samus, I think you should probably avoid collecting the bounty on this one. You know, the bounty. The money that you're supposed to be paid for these jobs? You're a bounty hunter, right? You know what that is, right? There's actually a story that goes that apparently when they were creating the original Metroid, they didn't know what a bounty hunter was. They just thought it sounded cool because that's a thing in a lot of sci-fi stuff. So I think that they actually kind of didn't realize, oh hey, Samus should be getting paid for this. Which is why, even though Samus is still continuously referred to as a bounty hunter, she ends up becoming more of like, you know, a servant of the military in games like the one none of us want to think about, but unfortunately we may have to at some point because, you know. Listen, I've played Dota before. I know full well bounty hunter is just some dude who goes invisible and does nothing. Occasionally he throws a couple of frisbees at people and maybe gets a kill by accident. Yeah, Other M is a game that exists. It's a game that I don't know why it's a Metroid game, basically. It's a game full of a lot of things that are, like, blatant nostalgia grabs, really, between... You have the Metroid... Other M has the Metroid Queen, and it has Nightmare. So, like, their boss selection, they really were going a little all out and like, oh, hey, here's stuff that we know people like. The King. Skeleton King? Oh, Skeleton King. I do love some Skeleton King. Alright, so let's watch a staff roll as we find out who to blame for this shit. I'm a lot angrier about this than I actually am, because honestly, up until that last section, when it's down to the one area with the 3 Omega Metroids, the game isn't that bad. It's just at that point, it takes a sharp nosedive. Because I don't know why. They just forgot how to program an endgame decently, I guess? I do like the idea, by the way, behind the Metroid Queen boss of, like, hey, shoot it in the mouth and then roll up and bomb its stomach. Also known as, they would do that better in Metroid Prime with Flagra, but that's a whole other story. Well, I mean, I don't think that it would have that much of an issue with control emulation on the GBA/Game Boy player. And although, I mean, in terms of like handling it, remember I'm using a GameCube controller and, you know, using the stick to control everything because tiny D-pad for ants. But, yeah, so yeah, Lears, because you mentioned the Skeleton King and the ticking noise thing, which of course I introduced that to you a billion years ago. I don't remember if I ever told you this, but a while back, Blizzard, as they do, they got pissed off at Valve. Oh hey, we're sub 6, okay. Amazing. I guess our dying that much actually saved us a ton of time on our endgame clock. Funny how that worked out. So, Blizzard got really pissed off at Valve for Dota 2. You know, they're envious of all the money that Valve has made off of Dota 2 because Valve are actually better at that kind of thing than Blizzard are, go figure. And so they tried to get into a lawsuit with them, and apparently one of the things that was involved was saying that Skeleton King in Dota 2 was probably too much like Leoric, who was the Skeleton King in the original Dota, and of course, Leoric is a character from the from the Warcraft franchise. So Valve responded to this, and they decided to change Skeleton King into Wraith King, who Diablo franchise? I think it might be Diablo franchise. Either way, it's a Blizzard character. I admit that I am not super knowledgeable when it comes to a lot of like characters in Blizzard. And so basically they yanked Skeleton King from Dota 2 and they turned him into Wraith King, who actually looks a little bit more like Leoric than Skeleton King does, because Skeleton King was a skeleton, basically. Yeah. So they did that, and now this has been sort of a running joke that, you know, they just Valve spited Blizzard that badly, which is fucking hilarious. And I agree that like Wraith King doesn't sound anywhere near as good as Skeleton King. Years later, and by years later I mean this came out at the International last year. I don't even remember what the deal was behind the International, but of course, every year when Valve hosts the International, they have all these cosmetics things in game that you can spend grotesque amounts of money on that go to the prize pool. One of them was an item that turns Wraith King back into Skeleton King. That is the scuzziest shit, but it's also really funny because like he also gets a throne and stuff on his loadout screen. I actually listen, don't tell anybody, but I absolutely did buy that because even though it cost me a lot of points and playing the game online more than I would ever want to admit to, I can't not have my Skeleton King in the game. I think that's probably a fair enough assessment of what is the deal with me. Unless you were instead going to substitute all those words for the word idiot, which I think is also probably fair.